More and more Vietnamese students have been approaching absolute scores on internationally recognized English language tests, such as the IELTS or TOEFL, or the enormously challenging SATs, that is. The question is how to raise the English language skills of the average student, as well as how students should tie English education to a more holistic personal development. Our VTV International reporter Huy Phúc will tell you more.
Meet Nhữ An Lâm Đức. The 12th grader of Olympia schools in Hanoi made news last year by hitting a whopping 8.5 average on the IELTS test, the highest score for all students in the northern region. The 17-year-old also achieved a SAT-1 score of 1490 over 1600, 50% higher than the average score for American high school students. Đức emphasizes that achieving high scores requires a fine balance between self-study and finding the right instructor.
Basically, it's about self-study. You have to study a lot, but the instructor is important because there are many questions that you cannot answer by yourself. For the listening and speaking part, you have to practice a lot, and that's the only way, because you cannot improve your own hearing or speaking ability just by, saying the same thing.
Examples like Đức are multiplying across the whole nation, contributing to Vietnam's average IELTS score of 5.7, tying Thailand and the Republic of Korea and surpassing China. At the Olympia schools alone, a huge student population have already achieved sky-high test scores and won scholarships to study in the UK, US or Australia. The students are aware of their advantages studying in an international school, but affirm that students in any standard Vietnamese school might achieve the same success.
Speaking and listening is a little bit more difficult. There's something that you need the environment to encourage you to listen and to speak. Maybe I think they can found their own group, a group of students who like speaking English, and for some hours a week they just speak English to each other like a speaking English society.
I do see a lot of enthusiasm from young children. Everywhere I go, I think, to speak some English. For example, in the neighborhood where I live, there are some children always around in the little courtyard area near my apartment, and whenever they see me, they want to at least engage in a little bit of conversation. So maybe say hello and ask me my name again, or just they're trying to practice the terms that they've learned in class. So while I don't know too much in the academic settings, I can see an enthusiasm and kind of a liveliness from at least the young children.
While Vietnamese press and student parents have been raving about examples of students achieving sky-high results on internationally recognized tests, experts warn of a tendency to overly rely on standardized test scores, as they do not holistically reflect a student's mastery of English in daily usage.
We don't really just focus on the test taker or testing techniques, because anybody can beat the testing techniques, and with tricks and in due time you can really master it. But the knowledge that behind it, that's very critical as you enter into the university level. Are you going to be socially accepted? Or do you have the social skills or the confidence, to mingle on the international stage? And that's why what we try to do here is we try to develop the students holistically.
It can almost be said that Vietnamese students today simply have no excuse for not doing well in English, considering the ever-increasing accessibility of English language documents, television and training centers. Their responsibility, however, is to put their language skills to good use and make English education part of their development as a responsible society member. Huy Phúc, VTV International, Hanoi.
And now, as part of our news bulletin, we'll take a look at your updated weather forecasts. And that wraps up this news bulletin for today. Thank you for watching. This is VTV News.